everything without having it is. So Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. Yo, it's the love of money that's rooted all you. You don't want money so much, why you get up and go to work? Yes, I can do it in your boss one of the things that we think I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. It's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. And now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor, the working class, H Cortez.
Good morning, Black world, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning live with your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. It is truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to be coming to you live and direct from Monetize My Life Academy Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're not familiar with Monetize My Life is a book that I wrote to teach people that there's more in what you know than what you do. And chances are you're sitting on a multi-million dollars worth of intellectual capital, but you got to know how to package it and present it to the world. So I followed the book with Monetize My Life Academy, which teaches you the how-to steps. So if you are passionate about something, if you have a lot of knowledge in some particular area and you're trying to figure out how to transform that into an income stream, then I want you to go over to monetizemylifeacademy.com, pick up your free ebook, Easy Online Incomes, but browse around over there and look at some of the courses that we have to help you transform that passion and know-how into income streams. Again, that's www.monetizemylifeacademy.com. Good morning. If you're checking us out on Periscope, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and invite your followers. Come check out today's show. We're talking about the 10 best business opportunities for Blacks in America. You guys who are checking us out on YouTube, do the same thing. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Then copy the link and share it on your favorite social media timeline, whether it's Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you like to share things. Go ahead and share this link with your followers and get them involved in today's conversation. And then for you guys on Facebook, if you have not already liked the fan page, Financial Health Mentor, go ahead and like the page. Click on the little button to get notifications when we go live. I know this is the first week that we're live from this particular profile page, but this is where the show will live going forward. So go ahead and make sure that you are in the know and that you're in the loop and that you will get all of the notifications to the show on this page. For those of you who are very, very new, I like to always let you know exactly who this show is for. This show is for risers and grinders only, man. If you're ready to get up, get out, and get something, then this is your show. This show is for legacy builders. If you're ready to make some tough sacrifices so that your children's children will be proud to bear your last name, then yeah, this is your show, right? This show is for those people who have a right relationship with money. Not that money is a god or that money is above all, but that money is to be respected as the tool that it is, so that we can use this tool to make our lives easier. If that is you, then this is your show. Now, on the other hand, who is the show not for? This show is not for the eternal pessimist, right? If you're the type of person who has a problem for every solution, this ain't your show, man. I can promise you that. If you're the type of person who's got that negative, that kind of standoffish relationship with money, where you don't have money in its proper perspective, you think money is evil, you think capitalism is a dirty word, you think wealthy people are jerks, this is not your show, right? If you're the type of person sitting back waiting to see if Donald Trump is going to fix the economy instead of focusing on your economy, nah, this show ain't for you, man. In fact, if you're the type of person who really just thinks that somebody's going to hand you something instead of you going out to bust your butt to work for it, you're looking for a hand out instead of a hand up, then you can exit stage left, because this ain't what this show is about. This show is about those who are willing to put in the work to get the results that they want. And I can tell you each and every morning, I don't have a problem with you not wanting to be wealthy. I only have a problem with you when you have a problem with me wanting to be wealthy. If that's not your aspirations, cool, then you fine, but don't get mad at me because I want to be wealthy. I see the brown hearts on Periscope. I appreciate that. I want to be wealthy, and don't let that rub you the wrong way. If you've never seen a future billionaire before, then I want you to take a screenshot, and then watch me work, because it is going down. Right? I'm not afraid to fail big. I'm not afraid to fail forward. And I'm not afraid to set big big, big goals. And if that's you, then this is your show. So today we're talking about the 10 best business opportunities for Black America. But real quick, a couple of announcements. If you are in the St. Louis metro area and you want to come listen to a private conversation about building wealth and laying out some wealth building strategies, I want you to inbox me because I'm having a private session on this Thursday at my home. But it's not open to the public. It's very intimate, very private. But if you have followed the show and you're in the St. Louis area and you want to come learn more about the Black Wealth Movement, then go ahead and inbox me, send me a private message on Periscope or comment on YouTube with some information where I can get in contact with you, and then we can make that happen. Also, if you're not familiar with the Black Wealth Movement teaches financial literacy in the Black community, more importantly, how to build wealth from scratch, how to take that one income stream that you have right now, or maybe two if you're a couple, a husband and wife, and you both work, how to turn those two income streams into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 income streams. That's what we do with the Black Wealth Movement. So you can plug in and we'll show you how that all works. So today we're doing part 2 of our series that we did, 10 best business opportunities for Black Americans. We talked about a little bit, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but when I do, it's usually 15 minutes before I go to sleep, right? My wife usually has something queued up on a Fire Stick by the time I lay it down, and I got all of about 15 minutes, man. That junk just puts me to sleep. But when I was watching on Sunday, she had Power queued up, so I listened to Ghost was doing an interview, and he said the one antidote, or the only antidote for poverty, is opportunity. He said the only antidote to poverty is opportunity. And I thought about that, and then I remembered that I have this book right here that I'm going through, and this is George C. Fraser's Race for Success, the 10 best business opportunities for Blacks in America. This is a phenomenal read. But what's funny is it was put out in 1998, and I'm starting to see that somebody was paying attention. Somebody read this book in 98, right? Because as I go through these 10, yesterday we took a deep dive into the 10 opportunities. We're not going to do such a deep dive in those 10 opportunities. I'm going to recap, but then we're going to talk about 4 specific things that you could do to help you recognize opportunity, right? So that book right there is phenomenal, but he laid out 10 industries that Black people can jump in 98 and be set by 2017. Well, guess what? There's a few people who did just that, jumped into those industries back then, and you can see the fruits of their labor today. So let me recap those 10 industries first, and then we'll go over the 4 things that you need to be doing if you are serious about business in America, because just understand this. As an American, if you are not in business, you don't have a business, and America is business, then you're basically a foreigner in your own country. See, we look at other cultures and they come set up shop in our communities, and we on one side of our mouths we complain, but on the other side we're not doing anything to open those businesses, right? Understand why those other cultures are able to do that. It's because they speak the language of America very well, and we do not. The language of America, by the way, is not English. The language of America is capitalism. So when other cultures speak capitalism very well, the only way you can do what they do is if you put your business into areas where the people do not understand capitalism very well. You realize that they can't put those businesses in other cultures and other areas because those other cultures understand capitalism. They're not going to let that happen. See, we have to understand the language of this country is capitalism. So because we don't speak capitalism that well, we speak consumerism very well. Those who speak capitalism can come set up shop in our community and make a killing off of us, and they siphon money from our community and go build up theirs. It's time for us to really take a serious look at what it means to speak capitalism in this country. And that's what the Black Wealth Movement is all about. One of the foundational principles that we teach and we harp on more than anything is entrepreneurship. So if you're serious about entrepreneurship, but you kind of don't know which way to go, then we're going to talk about some industries that you can get involved in that or even though this was put out in, over 20 years ago, I think that if you jump into these industries today, you could still have mega success probably for another 20 to 25 years. Number one is global commerce. The internet has created and built or shrunk the world to a certain degree that you can do business globally, right? And that is extremely powerful because you can outsource or you can source materials from halfway around the world at cheaper cost. You can bring them here and you can distribute them for sale for a profit and things of that nature. People you can connect with people literally all over the world through this wonderful tool called the internet, right? So think about getting involved in global commerce, right? What is it that's going on in other parts of the world? Yesterday I gave my testimony that I partnered with a guy contacted me who's in Colombia, from America, but lives in Colombia. And he said, bro, you know, down here, we can do some import-export type stuff because I can get you the same coffee that Starbucks sells. And not only can I get it to you for the cost of a single cup of Starbucks coffee, I can probably get you a pound or two of the bean itself. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So you have the opportunity to be involved in global commerce, but you got to be willing to get involved in entrepreneurship to begin with. Number 9, entertainment. And you think about people like Oprah, you think about people like Tyler Perry, you think about people like Ice Cube, you think about people who are in entertainment, not in the realm of entertaining, but these people are owning entertainment. Jay-Z with Tidal now owns entertainment. Jay-Z spent $5 million to buy his last album back to get out from under contract so he can start owning all his own masters going forward. Smart move, right? So we look at the ability to start owning entertainment and not just being the entertainers, right? That's where we've lost. The video that I just put up a couple days ago, Jay-Z talks about the fact that we are culture. Nothing moves without us, but we're giving our culture away because we don't understand entrepreneurship. We don't understand the language of America is capitalism. We don't understand the value of our culture. And you look around the world, literally look around the world, and you see the impact that our culture is having around the world. And you tell me why we still live in so-called ghettos, why our hoods and our communities are run down, because we gave our culture away. Somebody else took ownership of it and they're making billions off of our culture. So we got to start to understand not just entertaining, but how to own entertainment. Number 8, sports. Look at what Ice Cube is doing with the 3-on-3 league. Look at what Master P is doing with the co-ed league. They are starting to understand that we can find a niche market in this area of sports, and I don't have to go and beg the NBA, can I buy an NBA franchise, even if I have the money to. I don't have to jump through those hoops and get in your good old boys network. I can create my own lane in the realm of sports, and I can own a sports franchise. I can own a sports league. You guys realize how powerful? Ice Cube owns a sports league. And that 3-on-3 league, man, that has the potential to explode. What Master P is doing is the first time ever been done, a co-ed league, men and women playing together on teams. That's going to be bananas, right? And if you got your money right, you can go buy and own a team right now in those leagues. So sports, owning sports, not just playing sports. We're more than entertainers and ball players, y'all. We can own some of these sports and own venues in these sports. One of my goals is to start putting up small arenas all over this country and then building little Black Wall Streets around those arenas. So when we bring a Kevin Hart to town and he does his thing on stage, we got a small arena packed out, 5,000 people flow out of that arena and they go into all Black owned everything to finish spitting, to finish having a good time. And then we take that money from those venues like that, and all of the owners of those shops and things, they pool that resources and they continue to pay for schools. They continue to pay for after school programs, and we do what we should be doing in our own community anyway. But guess what? You can't do any of that unless you got your money right. So that's why we're keen on personal financial success, because when you have your money right as an individual, then we can collectively come together with other individuals who got their money right, and we can make some real things happen. So we can own sports, right? Number 7, healthcare, right? I know a ton of people who are doing really well with their home healthcare agencies. Powerful, powerful stuff, right? You have to start paying attention to the landscape of America in general. So you have people right now who are entrepreneurs and business minded, and they're saying Donald Trump is fighting like heck to repeal Obamacare. We don't care whether he repeal it or not. We're just positioning ourselves to make a profit whichever way it goes. How can we benefit if he repeals it? How can we continue to make money if it stays? What Black people tend to do is they just want to fuss and complain about him destroying Obama's legacy. No, man, this is America. There's an opportunity going to happen whether he repeals it or it stays. Are you in position to take advantage of the opportunity? If he repeals it, what does that look like for your business? How can you find a niche in there in that lane? And how can you make your way even if he repeals it? If he gets shot down and Congress don't let him repeal it, how can you make a way for yourself in the healthcare industry and continue to carve out a lifestyle for you and your family? It's time for us to stop freaking complaining and stop being so freaking emotional about every little thing. Opportunity is all around us, all around us. Number 6, urban redevelopment. Got to think about this. We again, all in our feelings about gentrification, as if we can't do anything about that. We're all in our feelings about gentrification when somebody, another culture, comes from outside of our community, buys up the properties in our community on the low, and they fix it up and increase the rents, and we're all in our feelings like we didn't have like we can't do anything about that. We can gentrify our own doggone neighborhoods. In fact, you lived across the street from the abandoned building for 20 years and did nothing about it. Now, when somebody else comes in to buy it and fix it up, you want to complain? Get the heck out of here with that. Get the heck out of here with that. Because you could have owned that very same building. You could have got with 3 or 4 of your neighbors and put your pennies together, talk to the alderman, the council people, the politicians in your local city and say, hey, we want to buy this eyesore and transform it. What do we have to do? But when somebody else comes in, now we playing the victim. You've been in them same hoods. Matter of fact, you was in the hood and you watched the family move out of that building. You watched the store close down and close up shop in that building. You watched them board the building up and you did nothing about it for 30 years. And then when somebody else comes in to take over, you want to complain. Get out of here with that. Get out your feelings, man, and start taking some action, right? So urban redevelopment, I mean, not just in the industry. You think about urban redevelopment, that's so broad. So yes, from a construction standpoint, you don't have any, you don't have a contractor's license. You don't have, you're not a licensed electrician, a licensed plumber. So you should be buying these properties. In fact, you don't even have to buy them. The cities are giving the properties away to anybody who can demonstrate that they have the capital to restore them. You don't even have to buy them. They're giving them away. So position yourself. Partner with a contracting company, partner with a real estate company, partner with a property management company. Go acquire some of these properties, man. In Chicago and some of these other cities, you can actually receive the properties for nothing. That you see an eyesore in your community, you go clean it up and get a petition signed by everybody on the block that says, yes, we appreciate them cleaning this block up, and we want to make sure that they take ownership of that property because they've taken such good care of it over 6 months. And you file a petition to have the city give you that property. Yes, give it to you. $0. All you have to do is demonstrate the means to take care of it, the means to revitalize it. See, we can gentrify our own community if we get off our assets so that we can go start building some assets, right? So urban redevelopment is a lot of money there. Media and publishing, right? You look at people like Oprah in the media space. You look at tons of other self-published authors who are starting to make a name for themselves. You think about media on a personal level. How many people that you know who are so-called YouTube celebrities or so-called social media celebrities who have parlayed that into other avenues? And when you look at media, right? What I'm doing right now is media, right? I'm creating my own media outlet using these free tools and these free platforms. Right, publishing, because of what I do with Monetize My Life Academy, I've been able to write 2 books, working on a 3rd. It's not hard to self-publish a book, so you can start getting into media. I helped another young author, 10 years old, Mikey Learns About Business, publish his first book. Now he's an Amazon best-selling author. Media and publishing is an opportunity that we can get into if you're serious about getting on your grind. Number 4, technology. Right? And I'm not talking about just using and leveraging technology. Yes, I'm leveraging Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time, and that's cool. But I want to position myself to own a Periscope, to own a YouTube, to own a Facebook. All of these are multi-billion-dollar platforms. Or are you trying to position yourself to own technology, or do you just want to continue to use other people's technology? Right. Number 3 is small business development. Because so many people are starting to wake up to the fact that entrepreneurship is the new retirement plan, a lot of people are getting into business and they don't know what they're doing. If you've been running business for any length of time, then you can probably help those people out and understand business. You can probably educate them in business. So small business development, people don't know how to go to get resources. People don't know how to go get grants. If you know how to do that, then you can create your lane in small business development. There is millions of solopreneurs get on the internet every single day, and they're typing in how to make money online, how to start a business, how to use social media to make extra income. Those people are looking for people to help them in small business development. There's tons of mom and pop shops opening every day by people who see a need and they're trying to fill it, but they don't necessarily know how to run a business. They're just trying to do what they see needs to be done. So you could help them in small business development. That's what Global 1000 is, or formerly known as Ferguson 1000 and Baltimore 1000. Small business development is another niche. Number 2 is the financial services industry. Getting yourself involved in financial services. Financial services industry here in America alone is $4 trillion industry. 4 trillion with a T. $4 trillion industry. How much of that do you need to get if you are just trying to carve out a little bit of a life for yourself? You don't need a whole lot of 4 trillion. Less than a half of 1% of 4 trillion is still something like 40 million or 4 million or something like that. Come on, are you serious? It don't take a whole lot for you to get a piece of that industry, right? And then number 1 is education and training. Education and training. We again, we see people, for-profit entities, putting up all of these charter schools and all over the country, and we complain about them because we know that the charter schools are shutting down some of the public schools, and we say that, hey, these people opening these charter schools are making a killing, and we're complaining. Get out your feelings, man. Get out your feelings. Stop complaining about the people who opening the charter schools and extracting that money from your community, and open your own doggone charter school. And when you make the money, you keep the money in your own neighborhood. There's nothing wrong with somebody else seeing a need in your hood, coming to your hood and filling that need with a charter school. You've been complaining about public schools your entire adult life. Now, when somebody comes into your hood and does something about it to give you a better school choice, you realize they're making money with that option, and you're saying, now you're complaining. No, don't complain. Say, wait a minute. What does it take to open up a charter school? Oh, that's all it takes? Well, shoot, let me get my board of directors, let me get my sponsors, let me get my corporate license, let me get my tax ID, let me go to the school, the government, the local politicians, and let me open my charter school. Get out your feelings, man. This is America. Capitalism is king here. If you don't understand that, then like I said, you're a foreigner in your own country. You got to learn how to speak that language. So education and training is another. You know, I'm gonna give you this little bit of game right here, and then we're gonna talk about 4 ways to recognize opportunity. How many of you guys go to church? Comment church if you guys go to church. I want to show you something. I want to show you something about opportunity and about education and training. Right? How many of you guys go to church? It doesn't matter what religion, just do you go to a spiritual house every week and you congregate with other folks in the spiritual in the spiritual house, right? Because I want you to see something about opportunity, right? When you look at education and training, right? So we got some church going folks on Facebook. What about Periscope? You guys going to church on Periscope, YouTube? You guys going to church? Inside every church, pretty much no matter how big the body is, right? There's usually some people in the church who have a specific set of skills. You might have inside the church, you might have a contractor, carpenter, or something like that inside the church, right? Inside the church, I'm sure that you guys have a mechanic in the church. Somebody in the church is a pretty good mechanic, right? Works for a Valvoline or maybe a GM or somebody like that. Inside the church, you got somebody who is an HVAC person and you've got certification in heating and cooling. That's what they do for a living, right? So if you think about inside the church, you have this pool and this collection of talent. What happens if the church says every Saturday morning, we're going to bring our young people in, and one Saturday we're going to focus on the mechanic is going to run some classes for our young people. The congregation at the church, you're going to bring your car in, and if your car needs a windshield repair, if your car needs an oil change, and if your car needs brakes, buy the stuff, and you're going to bring them to the church, and we're going to have these babies learn how to do this stuff under a professional supervision, right? Now the church is teaching the babies a skill that they can go eat on for the rest of their lives. You realize that if all you knew how to do is fix brakes, that's all you knew how to do is fix brakes. You can do 2 or 3 brake jobs a day and you can live like a king here in America. See, we got the game twisted, man. It ain't about go to school, get a college degree so you can go get a job. It's about go to school, or not even necessarily go to school. It's about get knowledge that you could use to create an opportunity for yourself so you can feed yourself. So you can have those babies at 12 or 13 and they're trying these different things. So the next week, those babies come back and they say, instead of coming to somebody's house, we're going to Sister So-and-so's house because she just bought all the material to have her basement refinished. We got 3 carpenters in the church. So we're going to take these babies and we're going to teach them how to hang this drywall and mud and tape. And we're going to do 1 room this week. We're going to do another room next week. And then we're going to finish it all out next week. And the babies are going to come and get a hands-on experience. These babies don't have to go and spend thousands of dollars at Rankin. They don't have to go spend thousands of dollars at Sanford Brown and all these other trade schools. Since they took the trades out of the public schools, we can put them right back and give them to our babies for free right there in the church. And when your babies get all of these hands-on experience, now they can start falling into the lane and figure out what they like to do most. And that goes back to what Monetize My Life Academy is all about, getting you to work in your passion. Because when you work in your passion, it doesn't feel like work. And when you stand in your passion, you've been given passions by the Creator so that they lead you to your purpose. Little simple stuff like that, man, and we start thinking about what capitalism really means in this country. So education and training is the #1 area that Black people can get involved in. My man Trevor Oxford, a Black CEO, says all the time, there's more in what you know than what you do. Meaning, we right here on this stream, we got a couple people on Periscope, a couple people on YouTube, a couple people on Facebook. Right now, everybody within the sound of my voice, if we pool our collective intellect, I promise you we got $1 billion worth of knowledge and know-how between this small little collective of people right now. Over $1 billion worth of intellectual capital is congregated right here, right now. Problem is, you got to know what to do with the knowledge, and that's where wisdom comes in. So you can know a lot of stuff, but until you know what to do with what you know, you're not yet wise. I'm gonna run that back. You can know a lot of stuff, but until you know what to do with what you know, you're not yet wise. So what do you know? What are you doing with all of the stuff that you know? Some of you guys have been on a job 20 years and you know stuff about a specific industry. Some of you guys have been from the mailroom all the way up to the management position. You know a lot of different things, but you're not doing anything with what you know. You know a lot of different things, but you're not doing anything with what you know. In terms of creating something for yourself, you might be going to a job and they might be leveraging what you know and you're feeding your family with that. But take what you know outside of the context of your job and say, hey, if my job is willing to pay me $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year for what I know, chances are another company is willing to pay me equally the same or better. So I have a job and then I have a consultancy. So I have a job over here and then they pay me to work 40 hours a week. And then I consult with this company over here after hours and they pay me another for another 10 hours a week just for my know-how. I teach them how to run their company better, whatever the case is. Knowledge and education and training is the #1 area that every Black person in America can get into because you know something. Every person on this stream is an expert at something. Every single one of you is an expert at least one thing. And you do it so well that if you knew how to package it and present it to the world, that there are millions of other people trying to become an expert in the one thing that you know. And they'll pay you to teach them if you properly position yourself. So how do you recognize opportunity? How do you recognize opportunity? First thing to recognizing opportunity is you have to first look for them. You have to first be in and start to understand. When you understand now that capitalism is not a dirty word, you understand that capitalism is the language of America, you start to look for opportunities. You start to look for needs. And the way you can tell whether or not there's an opportunity there, if the need goes unfulfilled for a long time and that need still exists, there's an opportunity there. See, sometimes the need will go unfulfilled for 30 days and the need itself disappears because it gets gobbled up into another industry or another something, right? But if you see a need in your community, in your area, in your industry, and that need has existed for a long time and it is still a pressing need, there is an opportunity there. So you have to first and foremost start looking for opportunities. We tend to not look for opportunities, right? And I get it, y'all. I swear I do. I get it. I was there working a full-time job, youth basketball coach, full-time father, full-time husband. a mentor in my community, and running my own business. So I get it that sometimes it's tough. Sometimes you get off your job and you literally have nothing left. You don't have nothing left for the family. You don't have nothing left for the wife, the kids, let alone nothing left to investigate an opportunity and start looking to for ways to better your situation. I get it. But here's a secret that I want you to stick with you. If you know that is you and you have one of those jobs that literally wears your butt out, and the only time that you have any sort of the opportunity to do anything when you're feeling refreshed is on a Saturday because you got to sleep in a little bit, so you feel refreshed, and now you're trying to do everything in one day. Here's a tip. If your job wears you out and you have nothing left in the tank after you finish working that job, then you might want to start getting up earlier and doing something before you go wear yourself out on that job. See, I no excuses, man. If the job wears you out, I get it. Some people have labor intense jobs. Some people have mentally stressful jobs, and it taxes your mentals. Some people's job taxes them physically, and they have nothing left. I get it. But if that's you, when will you ever have the energy to do anything different? Unless you change jobs, that's going to be you for the rest of your working life. What you can do, though, is get up a little earlier, spend a little time and doing something while you're fresh before you go get gassed out on your job. One of the things that I used to do is I didn't have to be at work sometimes to 8, 9 o'clock. I would get up at 6. I would get up at 5, and I would put in 2, 3 hours of work in my business because I knew once I worked all day, then got home, I wouldn't have time because once I got home, I helped the kids with homework. Then I had to go off to basketball practice as a youth basketball coach and trainer. And then so I knew that I couldn't neglect my business. So I had to make time for it. And the time that I started to make was the time before work. How many of you guys are willing to get up a little bit earlier to fulfill your dreams? Type early bird in the chat if you're willing to get up a little bit earlier to fulfill your dreams. Can you sacrifice 1 hour of sleep and get up 1 hour earlier? And even if you don't do anything but pray, meditate, visualize, even if you don't do a whole lot of just 1 hour earlier, just get up just a little bit earlier. And you start to see your life in a different light. So the first thing that you want to do if you're trying to learn how to start recognizing opportunities is you have to start exploring your environment, right? Explore your environment. Number 2, in order to be good at recognizing opportunities, you have to keep an open mind and an open mouth. In order to start recognizing opportunities, you have to keep an open mind and an open mouth. See, you guys see me on this show, and I tell you all the time that what you guys are witnessing, you guys think I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to y'all, man. I'm talking to me out loud. You guys are just getting to hear. You guys are eavesdropping on a private conversation. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to me out loud. And see, the reason I say you have to have an open mind and an open mouth to seek out opportunities, because a lot of times, just by you talking about the things that you're into, other people within earshot say, hey man, I heard you say you were a financial educator. What's that all about? Hey brother, I heard you say you help people understand taxes. Hey man, I heard you say that you're a youth basketball coach and trainer. Oh, somebody told me you got a Vertimax at your house. And opportunities start to fall into my lap because I keep an open mind and an open mouth. I'm always talking about my dreams, goals, and my visions. Somebody heard me say yesterday that I'm talking about building small arenas around the country. And they said, you know what? That's a brilliant idea. I've been thinking about something similar. Let's stay in contact. That's an opportunity. He might be a builder and I just might have the idea. That's an opportunity. Keep an open mind and an open mouth. Problem is, we've been taught a phenomenon called scarcity. And because of this phenomenon called scarcity, we think if we open our mouths about some of the things that we want to do, that somebody's going to steal our ideas. I'll tell you something, man. I'll tell you something. Visions, I heard Trevor say something like this, and I don't know if I'm getting it right. Visions aren't given to you, they are revealed to you. Meaning it's already yours, and somebody else is, and God is putting people in your life to reveal it to you. That's your assignment. That's your assignment. So you don't have to worry about somebody else jumping on your assignment. And I'm gonna give you another tip that you have to understand about people. People don't know how to execute. So just because I said I want to open small arenas around the country and somebody can take that and run with it, so opening up small arenas around the country, they don't have my vision of what's going to happen with a small arena. So they can go open a small arena and I can open one next door and we can have two totally different levels of success because what my vision says, what I'm going to do with my arenas versus what they're. So stop with the everything is so close and tight-lipped to the best that I can't say anything about what I'm doing. That's why you can't attract the right people into your life to help you pull off that vision. Because first of all, if you can pull it off yourself, it's not big enough in the first place. If you have a dream, goal, or vision that you can do yourself, it's not big enough. Appreciate that, Simon. If you have a dream or goal or a vision that you can do yourself, you thinking small. You thinking small. I don't get to be a billionaire by myself. I can't do that by myself. I can't build arenas all over the country and build these little mini Black Wall Streets all over the country by myself. I can't do that by myself. So a lot of you guys are keeping your dreams and your visions close to the vest because you don't want nobody to steal your dream and vision, but nobody's going to steal your dream and vision, but you need to attract the people into your life who's going to help you accomplish the mission. So second way that you start to recognize opportunities and attract opportunities into your life, you have to keep an open mind and an open mouth. People come to me all the time with opportunities. Hey, brother, I see that you have a pretty big following on Facebook. I see that your YouTube channel is successful. I've got this opportunity. And I always listen. You know why? Because I got an open mind. And I respect them for opening their mouths. Most of it is just not a good fit. Period. Some of it's not a good fit right now because of where my focus is. I have alignment in a specific direction, and if it doesn't fit, it just doesn't fit. Some people I said, man, that's killer. I'm jumping on board with that, but it's going to be about 18 months before I do because of my this particular focus. Right? So you got to keep an open mind and an open mouth. Talk about where you're going and paint the vision for people around you all the time because you never know who knows somebody that can help you. There's a principle, I forget what it's called, but believe it or not, each and every one of you is 6 connections away from everybody else in the world. It's weird for me to think about. I'm 6 connections away from Donald Trump right now. What that means is I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that knows Donald Trump and his family. We are all 6 connections away from everybody else in the world. I know somebody who knows 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 somebody that is tight with Jay-Z and Beyonce. When you think about that now, does that change your perspective on whether or not you're going to continuously paint your vision in front of other people? 6 degrees of separation. There you go. 6 degrees of separation. Are you going to continuously paint your vision amongst people because you never know who they know? 6 degrees of separation. You never know who other people know that can help you accomplish your dream. Number 3, networking. Network with other people who are opportunity seekers. Network with other people who are also seeking opportunities. Because as you're networking with other people who are opportunity seekers, they're saying, hey, man, come roll with me over to this function right here. I'm looking for somebody who might be able to help me with this. Y'all get to the function. He doesn't find anybody that can help him get his dream or his mission accomplished, but you do. Network with other people who are opportunity seekers. Hey, brother, why don't you come run with me over here? I'm going to this particular event. There's supposed to be some real money people over here. I'm going to see if I can connect with somebody who's interested in investing in XYZ to help me fulfill my dream. I get there. I don't find anybody that's interested in doing what I'm doing, but the people I dragged along with, they make 2 or 3 awesome connections, and now they're closer to fulfilling their mission. Are you networking with other dream seekers? Are you networking with other opportunity seekers? Or are you networking with other people like yourself? Everything is close to the best. I'm not really looking for opportunities. I keep my mouth closed. I keep my mind closed. I'm got to network with other people who are opportunity seekers. Because you know what your network of other opportunity seekers do? They know so much about you. And this happens to me all the time. Evan will give me a call. You guys know Evan Jefferson from New Black Wall Street. Evan will give me a call and say, brother, I was at this spot and I heard somebody say this, perfect opportunity for you. Give them a call. When's the last time you got a call from an opportunity seeker who was seeking opportunities for themselves but couldn't find it and found one for you, and they gave you a call and said, hey, brother, I know you couldn't be here because you're in that St. Louis, I'm in Atlanta, but I was at this meeting and I heard these guys say this. You need to give them a call. This is the perfect opportunity for you. That don't happen if don't nobody know what your dreams and goals are because you got a closed mouth. That don't happen if you don't run with other opportunity seekers. That don't happen if you are not the type of person looking for opportunities in the first place. We've got to get out of these little small bubbles that we create for ourselves. And understand, man, that we are 6 degrees separated from everybody else in the world. So when I talk about connecting with Warren Buffett, people laugh. I'm 6 degrees of separation from Warren Buffett. I know somebody who sat down in meetings with Berkshire Hathaway. He was on this show week before last, right? Prince Dykes sat down with Warren Buffett and his team. So I know that when I say that the day is going to come where we will be working with the Diddy's and the Jay-Z's of the world, and then I will be testing to see if they're serious about rebuilding the Black community, because I'm 6 degrees separated from those folks, right? Do you network with other opportunity seekers? Because when I see an opportunity and it's not right for me, and I know the opportunity seekers that I network with, I can call a Corbell and say, bro, this going down in Chicago, you need to be there. Right up your alley, bro. Clear your calendar. I promise you, you're going to get something out of this. I know what opportunities that you're looking for. You need to be in the building for this particular deal right here, right? Are you running with other opportunity seekers? Last but not least, want to look for opportunities, look within. You want to look for opportunities, do some introspection, look inside you, look within. Because looking inside, you start to look at the things that you are passionate about. The things that move you for a reason, right? Lovely Leo, Marshall on the line. I just see your names right now. The thing that move Marshall, the things that move Lovely Leo may not necessarily move me. Because the things that move them are moving them for a reason. You know why the things that move you are in you to move you? Because they're moving you along in this life to get you closer to your life's purpose. 2 important days in your life: the day you were born, the day you find out why. The reason you have passions is because those passions are designed to move you along to get you to your purpose. So if you want to start looking for opportunities, start to do some real introspection and start to really look inside at the things that move you. And you start going after those things. Start to get a better understanding of the things that move you. Because when you start to place your finger on those things, that's where you will see the most opportunity. That's where you will see the most opportunity. Getting involved with things that you love, getting involved with things that you're passionate about, getting involved and following your heart for things that move you, right? But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Most of us, because we don't understand what real opportunity looks like, we see an opportunity to get involved with things that move us, and because we can't see an income from those things right away, we steer away from them. Hey, that ain't bringing me no money. Even though I love to do it, even though I feel that I should be doing this right now at this point in this space in my life, it's not bringing me any money, so I ignore it. I'll tell you something, man. When you follow those passions, they will lead you to your purpose. And inside your purpose is your provision. I'll say it again. When you follow those passions, they will lead you to your purpose. And inside your purpose is your provision. See, God doesn't give you an assignment called a purpose and say, hey, here is the purpose that I have placed on your life. But while you're executing on this purpose, you've got to go work a job and figure out how you're going to eat, pay the bills and all that stuff. No, when he gives you your purpose, inside that mission is your provision. Everything that you need to exist and fulfill that purpose is wrapped up right inside that purpose. That's why you have to understand how to leverage technology. You have to understand how to leverage some of these things. You have to understand how to take what you know and turn it into income streams. Because now when you're generating leveraged income or passive income, now, see, I can follow my passions of being a youth basketball coach and trainer because I've got income streams coming from other places. So whether I go to a job or not, I still got income. So if I wanted to spend 24 hours a day focusing on youth basketball and coaching because I believe that's going to lead me to my purpose, then I can do that because I've got income streams coming from other places. Most of us haven't figured out how to generate passive and residual income. So we have to go get linear income, meaning we have to go trade our time for dollars. And as you're giving your time up to get those dollars, you're not spending any time chasing or pursuing the things that you're passionate about. And if you never pursue the things that you're passionate about, I can promise you this, you will never walk into your purpose. Because that's why you're passionate about those things in the first place. Is those things are designed to get you to pursue them. So as you're pursuing those passions, you run right into your purpose. And when you run into your purpose, there too lies your provision. It's not hard, man. Monetize My Life Academy can help you transform your know-how, your passion into income streams. And depending on what you want to do with that stuff, maybe those income streams surpass the income on your job. Then maybe you can cut down the hours on your job from full-time to maybe part-time so you can still get your benefits. And now you just freed up an extra 8 to 10 hours a week to continue to pursue your passion so that you can get closer to your purpose. That's what this thing is all about at the end of the day, man. When we're all walking in our purpose, we are all being provided for because our provision is wrapped up in our purpose. And guess what? When I'm in my purpose, then I connect with other people who are in their purpose because we are all designed to come together to help other people fulfill their purpose. See, inside my provision, inside my purpose is my provision, but also inside of my purpose is the key to somebody else unlocking their purpose. I'm gonna run that one back because I don't think y'all heard it. Inside my purpose is my provision, but also inside my purpose is the key to unlock somebody else's purpose. But what if I never get to my purpose? I'd be holding up somebody else's purpose. So we got to get to a point where we look within the things that we are extremely passionate about and pursue those things. And we can help you understand how to take those passions and turn them into income streams so you can free up your time, so that you can do more introspection, so that you can start to identify and pinpoint and put your finger on your life's purpose. See, we can't get still a lot of times because we're chasing a dollar to pay bills. But you can't hear that quiet little voice inside unless you get still. Yes, Kimberly, it's recorded, so it'll be, the replay will be available immediately after we end the stream, which we are coming close to that time. So let me recap the 10 real quick, and then I'll recap the 4 ways, and then we'll get out of here. Number 10, global commerce. Number 9, owning entertainment. These are the 10 best business opportunities for Blacks in America. Number 10, global commerce. Number 9, owning entertainment. Number 8, owning sports. Number 7, owning healthcare. Number 8, urban redevelopment. Number 6, urban redevelopment. Number 5, media and publishing. Number 4, technology. Number 3, small business development. Number 2, financial services. Number 3, education and training. Education and training. So those are the 10 best business opportunities for Blacks in America, according to George C. Fraser, Race for the Success. Great book. And it's funny because I picked this book. This is when it first came out, it was like a $35 book. I got this from a vending event for $5, right? For $5. So that is, those are the 10 best business opportunities. 4 ways that you can become a master at recognizing opportunities. Hey, first start looking, right? Be exploratory, have an exploratory mind, that level of curiosity. Start looking for needs that have gone unfulfilled for a long time, and yet they are still needs, right? Start looking for needs that have gone unfulfilled for a length of time, and it's still a need. Start looking, have an open mind and an open mouth. Always communicate what you are about, what you're doing, where you're going, because you never know who can help you get there. Have an open mind and an open mouth. Number two, network with other opportunity seekers, because when they find opportunity that's a good fit for you, they'll tell you about it. They'll tell you about it. Right? And then number one, look within. Look within and look at the things that you're passionate about. Look at the things that move you, and those are the things that you should be pursuing. If you shouldn't be pursuing them, they wouldn't move you in a certain way. Jason said, I'm reading your mind. I appreciate that, bro. Marshall says, share it. If you share it, it's going to be on your timeline, Kimberly. Laugh aloud. You got it, brother. Love it. Love it. Love helping families, making their dreams come true. Yeah, that's exactly why. That's why you should be pursuing that. Yeah, Kimberly, if you share the stream, then it'll be on your timeline. Number one is look within. And those are probably the 4 key things that I do to help me find opportunities. An opportunity for me is not right if it's not in alignment with things that move me. Right? I would tell somebody in a heartbeat, that don't move me. It moves you. You pursue it. And some people are the type of people who they won't pursue it unless I do it. No, that don't move me. It moves you, so you do it. I mean, it's crazy, but that's how some people are. So appreciate you guys for tuning in this morning. I might have a guest on tomorrow. I don't know. I'm still kind of working and massaging that whole deal. But go ahead and share the stream if you haven't already shared it. Again, keep in mind that we are going live from the Financial Health Mentor page permanently. This is where the show is going to live. No longer will it live on my personal profile. I will share it this week, but I'm even going to stop sharing it over there. It's just going to live here because I can do more with it from here than I can with it from my personal profile page. So appreciate you tuning in. I'm your man, H Cortez. Remember, I got a free ebook for you. Easy online incomes if you go over to monetizemylifeacademy.com. You get your free ebook if you go over to monetizemylifeacademy.com and just check out the site. And you'll see where you can put your name and email address in and get that free ebook. Black Wealth Movement. If you want to build wealth with us and you want some strategies on how to make your money go a lot further, then inbox me, Black Wealth Movement, or you can simply give me a call or shoot me a text at 314-874-6887. Love to talk to you about what we're doing in the area of helping rebuild the Black community one family at a time, starting with yours. Go ahead and share the stream for me. And until I talk to you guys tomorrow, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, y'all.